Hello my fellow crafters, thank you for joining me today. I'm going to show you how you can make these 3 different ear hooks in under 10 minutes, giving you a more unique and professional look for your earrings. And then at the end, if you stick around, I will show you how to make this elegant ear hook here for something different to add to your skill set. Grab your tools and your materials, which I have a list down below in the description for you, and let's go ahead and get started. Now, first off, you're going to take your wire and smooth it out and give it a couple runs. You can use your cloth, you could use some nylon pliers. If you really need to, you can use your fingers. Don't really suggest that one too much though. And then you're going to want to take your flush cutters and go ahead and trim off that end there. And what you're going to do then is take your rasp file and go ahead and give that just a little bit of a smoothing. Now after you get that smoothed out just a little bit, you're going to want to take your stepped round nose pliers and go ahead and put that right there so you can't feel that little bit there, and just turn it down until you meet the other side, and then bring your pliers around and just bend that down like that. So you have kind of a figure 8 or a shepherd's hook, or the starts of a shepherd's hook. And then take this next to largest setting and put it right up against there and bring it back down. And then put your thumb there and bend right there. And then all you have to do is flush cut this again. And before you smooth this out with your rasp, you're going to want to hammer it. Now you can use either a leather mallet or rubber mallet. I use a rubber one. And that'll help to work harden it and basically set it in its place. Then you're going to want to take your beveled hammer and use the flat side and go ahead and start hammering or dragging your hammer sideways. And then you want to get that bottom part there too, because that's where it's going to hold your earring. Once you're happy with it, go ahead and go back over it with your pliers. And make sure to reshape it the way you want it to, because with the hammering it's going to change the shape just a little bit. And then go back over it with your mallet to finish hardening it and keeping it in its place. The very last thing you're going to want to do is take your rasp file and just drag it across one direction. Don't go back and forth like you're sawing something. You want to go one direction. And keep doing that until you don't feel any more burrs or anything else like that. And then go ahead and go over it with some sandpaper. I use a sanding block here. This is a Scotch 3M. I believe it's a 250 grit. So that's our very first pair. Alright, so now we're going to make this ear hook here. It's kind of the same concept, but it's a little elongated, giving it a much more unique and elegant look than the last one. You're going to obviously use a little bit more wire, but it's not that much more wire. So you're going to want to start where your wire is right up in between those pliers and you cannot feel it. Roll it down until you hit that other bar. Just like that. And then you're going to bring your pliers around and turn the wire up around that like that, so you kind of have your figure 8. And you're going to want to bring this back very gently because you don't want any really strong kinks in the wire. You just want a nice little curve. And then bring that down to wherever you want to. And this time, instead of putting a sharp bend at the bottom, we're just gonna kind of run our thumb along there and very gently bend the wire a little bit as we go. And then give that a trim. This is the same concept as before. Bring in your mallet. And then bring in your regular hammer. And you always want to make sure to get the part where you're going to be hanging the earring or the beads or anything else off. Then come back through with your mallet again. And the last thing you got to do is come in there with your rasp to get the smoothing started. And then you're going to want your final touch sandpaper there. Okay, quick, easy. Now for the third ear hook, you're going to want a bead of choice. And we'll go ahead and throw this down onto the wire now so that we know it's there and we don't have to worry about cutting in the wrong spot. And then bring your pliers onto your wire and do your 90-degree angle, just like that. And bring in your bare loop pliers, and you can use either of these two smaller settings here, these two up top. And I'm going to choose this bigger one so that it has a little bit more swing in the earring. And I'm going to set that right up top there, about in that area, and I'm going to start to bring it down so I can bring it about halfway around. And then bring the other side around. After you bring the other side around, it helps if you bring in another pair of pliers here and grab this end, because you're working with half hard. It's not gonna be as buttery soft as a dead soft. So to get that nice tight turn in there, you're gonna want to use pliers. And then come in there with your flush cutters and give that a snip, and come back through with your pliers and tap down that little bit there so that there's nothing sticking out. And bring your bead down so it's flat up against there, and then all you have to do is push the bead down and push the wire down onto the bead, just like that, so it's a 90-degree angle. And now, because you have this bead here, you're going to need a little bit larger of a setting than this one. So we're going to go ahead and use the very largest setting to make our ear hook. And to do that, all you have to do is set it up top there and start to roll that wire over top of the pliers. Bring the pliers down a little bit. And just bring this out. Now you can do a curve, you can do a bend, it's up to you how you do it. Shape that a little bit more the way you want. And I'm gonna go ahead and just give this a little bit of a curve, just like that. And then I'm gonna trim it. Set that one off to the side. Now this one has a bead on it, so you're gonna have to set it off to the side of your block and hammer it that way. And this time I am coming in with my regular hammer first. Now because this is a closed loop here, I'm not worried about hammering that. So now that it's the way I want it to be, I'm going to go ahead and get this cleaned up down here. Yeah, all three done in under 10 minutes. And these here will definitely add perceived value to your inventory. And it really doesn't take much wire, it doesn't take really much time or anything else, but it adds so much more value. Alright, so this ear hook here is our very last one, a little bit more elegant and unique. You can use this center part here to hang a chain down from, like have it coming through both sides, or you can use this part here to let an interchangeable charm hang down from. Now get started. You don't have to worry about trimming right away. You do need the larger setting of the two small settings, and start to bring that down. So you have your little loop started, but then you're going to come in and you're going to flush cut part way up that loop so that you have a nice little curve already started, and this will help prevent a sharp turn and help keep it a little bit more rounded. And you want to be really gentle and just bring your wire around, leaving space just like that there. You really don't have to do this a whole lot. I'm going to bring in my nylon pliers to make sure that I don't mess that up anymore as I bring this up and around. Now that I've got that kind of where I'd like, I'm going to kind of sweep it back a little bit and then bring in my round pliers, and I'm going to go ahead and use that larger setting there, and I'm going to bring the wire around the setting. As you can see, I formed that bit there just by running my finger across it. You want to be very intentional and gentle with your movements. And come in with your hammer. Get that shape finalized. Bring in your regular hammer. Make sure to do both sides when you do any of these earrings. This one here, you don't want to sweep across, you just want to go straight down on. Come back in with your mallet. Although I need to tighten this up a little bit more. which you can obviously do after you hammer it. Go ahead and get that cleaned up. Do your final sanding. And there you go. 4 different styles of ear hooks to add to your toolbox. Or should you say your findings box, giving you the opportunity to stand out from the crowd. Now, last week we did head pins. This week it is ear hooks, and then next week I'll be putting the both together so we can make a bunch of different types of earrings using the various kinds of head pins and ear hooks that we made today. In the meantime, I hope you have a wonderful week. Hope to see you again. Like, subscribe, and I will see you next week. Thank you. Bye.